If you ever sat in the lineup, wondering whether that lump on the horizon was about to turn into a face, crumble into mush, or close out in your face, this episode is for you. Because it's all about how to tell when a wave will break. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. Do you ever play the will it, want it break when sitting in a lineup and watching people catch waves because you're too chicken to go for it? I do it all the time. Which made me think, is there an actual scientific way to predict if and when the wave breaks, rather than, surfing every day, getting to know your break, and using your eyeballs? And apparently, there is. There is a whole field of ocean science called coastal oceanography, and it boils down to a few key things. Wave height, wave length, the distance between crests, wave steepness, water depth, sea floor shape, what we call bathymetry. The math to measure if the wave breaks is pretty simple, and it has to do a lot with wave steepness. A wave will break if it gets too steep compared to its wavelength. There's actually a ratio for this. Wave height divided by wavelength has to exceed 1/7. So if you ever see a wave that looks way taller than it is long, you guessed it. Get ready to paddle. As waves roll into shallower water, they start to shoal. That's the fancy word for slowing down and stacking up. When a wave enters shallower depths, its speed drops, but the energy has to go somewhere. So it goes up, literally. That's why waves get taller as they near shore. Scientists figure out a pretty specific threshold here too. When the wave height is about 0.78 times the water depth, the wave is going to break. For example, if the water is 2 meters deep, 0.7 times 2 equals 1.56 meters. Once the wave is taller than 1.56 meters, it's game over. It will topple. But not all breaks are created equal. Depending on the slope of the seafloor, you get different kind of breakers. Spilling breakers, so that's soft, rolling, good for beginners. Plunging breakers, the hollow ones, aka barrels. Surging breakers, waves that don't really break. They just rush up to the shore. This is why beach shape matters as much as swell size. Wait, there's more to surf forecasting. Modern wave models, like Surfline system, for instance, combine buoy readings, wave height, period, direction, bathymetry, wind data, and tidal data. These models calculate when waves will shoal, how steep they will get, and whether they will break. This is all wonderful, such useful information, but unlikely to help you when you're sitting in the lineup. Personally, I recommend playing the will it, want it break, keeping your score and seeing if your score improves over time. Good luck! And that's all for today. Check out the Wipeout Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Wipeout Weekly.